Okay, so this is very impromptu. As you can see, I'm about to record a video, which will probably be up in a couple of days. But before I film this, I need to like plant myself somewhere. I really actually didn't think about starting doing this until this very moment. Let's come this way. Because I'm a professional YouTuber. What's up, y'all? I don't know where I'm posting this. Maybe my Patreon. I feel like that's a safe place. But I have a lot of thoughts. And you know what? I want to post about those thoughts because I've been holding them in for like quite some time. And I feel like it's time to share. It's not like cool stuff. I feel like people are gonna be like, he's publishing a book. Absolutely not. But so we're in my kitchen now because yeah. So, I was just about to film my video, which will be up whenever the frick. And so before I normally film, I like to procrastinate filming, mostly because it's like the idea of like nonsensically talking for like 2 hours is just like painful. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be on YouTube for a hot minute. And so I'm scrolling and I see on the sidebar in like I was watching a video and on the sidebar it was recommended to me that new YouTube series where it's like it's called BookTube and they like interview authors and stuff. And so I was like, I have not seen this. So I was like, I'm gonna watch an episode. And so I clicked on, it was the James Patterson episode. And I was curious about this for a couple of reasons. First of all, because like I know a couple people that were in it. And also because I was asked to be a part of it. And then I ghosted them because absolutely not. And so I was really curious to see what was gonna go on. I mean, there was like a couple of reasons why I decided not to do it, which I'll talk about, but I watched it and it was a mess. And it's like, I'm embarrassed for like the people that are in it. For the editing is all over the place and like, it's so weird. And so I was just watching it and I was like, thank God I said no. But like, it's wild. Is that all I'm gonna say? Is it stupid? And it was like not good. Maybe. Is that my talking point? But it's weird because I was asked to be part of it. And at first I was like really like debating doing it. Mostly because I was thinking it would be really cool to like work with YouTube. And I thought that would maybe be good exposure or like it's just a rad opportunity to like first of all meet some cool author, but also, you know, be surrounded by like production people and stuff like that. But I ultimately said no for a lot of reasons. And as we've established, it's a mess. So like, thank God I said no. But the main reason why I said no was there are two reasons. I think I was asked in the summer, and that was sort of a weird transition point for me. So I was like, it would be weird if I said yes to this, just because I wasn't sure which direction my channel was gonna go in. And I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. So I don't know if I want to like be a part of this. Also because I think filming, I don't know when they filmed it. I think they maybe filmed it in like August or September, just from what I remember with the emails. But I just remember it was like very much like, can you do this? And I was like, no, I can't. But also I don't want to because it was like I was getting ready to go away to school. So it was like, I don't really want to like, and it would be rad to like fly somewhere and do stuff, but also like stop, you know? But so I said no to that for obvious reasons because, well, that reason just being like, I don't like it. But upon seeing it, I mean, wait, hang on a second. I was thinking as I watched it, and like ever since I like decided not to do it, my main reasons were just the fact that it's like, I don't really think it would be natural. Like it'd be a rad opportunity, like getting to like fly somewhere, meet some cool author, you know, work with like official YouTube people, meet people, make connections. Like there'd be more exposure, I assume, because YouTube would be promoting it, which seemingly they're not doing that, which is like a power move. But I just thought it would be cool, like just a rad opportunity. But upon seeing it and seeing the way that they had put it together, Like, I'm so happy that I decided to say no because it is a mess, as we've established, but also because upon seeing the episodes, and I was asked to be in the James Patterson episode, which is the number one reason, honestly, why I said no, because I don't like him or respect him really. Not for like tea reasons, but just I haven't read any of his books. I don't know anything about him. I've heard some shady stuff about him, like not actually writing his books or like writing a small percentage of his books and like hiring, like younger people in the industry who like want to get their book published, and they'll like write a book for him and they'll put it under his name. At least that's what I've heard and like assumed, because he publishes like 20 freaking books a year. So it's like, okay. So just those reasons of being like, I don't know you, I don't respect you, or like care about you at all. If they're like, we want you to interview Michelle Obama, it's like, get me on that flight right now. I don't even care if it seems like I'm selling out. Like, let's do it. And also, I feel like I would be interested in that conversation instead of being like, when you wrote Maximum Ride number 18, what were your, like, shut up. Back to my thought, but upon watching the episodes, they do the main episodes where they'll have everyone like talking about like they always start and they're like, I'm so excited, he's the best author ever. And so like you watch that and you're like, okay, whatever. It's like very scripted, very fake, over like very highly produced. It almost comes off as ingenuine, but then like there's having a round table, but then all the individual people that they have interviewing, they post like their own video to their YouTube channel. Sometimes it's a personal video with the author, or sometimes it's just some weird like clip from the video of them talking to I don't know. It's really weird. And so I think that made me think a lot. And the actual reason why I wanted to talk about this wasn't because I was just wanting to be like, guys, guess that I got this cool opportunity and I said no. But I thought it was interesting because upon watching this and having just really not great opinions, it got me thinking about what it would look like to see someone like me in that setting. You know what I mean? And not to say that like I'm so different than everybody, but I mean, like, I feel like the people that are in those episodes, they can pull off the like, hey, what's up you guys, we're interviewing James Patterson. Like, they can pull that off, right? Like, it doesn't seem unnatural. You're sort of like, wow, it's such a cool opportunity for this person. And whatever, right? Like, you watch it and it seems natural. You see them playing like rapid fire questions with James Patterson. You're like, okay, fun, nice opportunity for you, whatever. And for some reason, when I try to imagine myself in that setting, in like making a video, but also just in the sense of like what it would look like from an outside perspective to see me suddenly with good lighting and like well produced with like a script, and like me sitting all fancy, and like some James Patterson saying the blandest thing about how like he loves to write, and me being like, yes, like wouldn't that come off so unnatural? And maybe it's just me for feeling like this, because like I don't think my content is the type of content that would go hand in hand with this type of video. But can you imagine one day in your subscription box, you just see this video posted from me, and it's like what pure white background, me like smiling. It's like overly produced with James Patterson, like rapid fire questions. And I'm like, hey guy, like, I feel like that's not me. You know what? And I feel like everybody would see right through it. Because I've never really been like that. Like, if I would have gotten asked to do something like this 2 or 3 years ago, 100%, I would have been your guy. I used to make videos where I was all jumping around and stuff like that. But I feel like as I've grown and as my content has evolved, and as I've sort of, I don't want to say like dug my feet into who I am and who I want to be on the internet, because I don't know about that. But like there was a point where when I was early on, where I was just desperate to like get sponsorships and get free books sent to me and like get this, unboxing company to give me stuff. And it was because all of the people that were considered like trailblazers in the community, they all did all these deals all the time and did all these things. So it sort of appeared as a younger person that like if I want to be not only a larger person in this community, but have some sort of influence, I need to take these deals. And early on I did take most of those deals, and I remember being like 15 and like emailing like publishers like lists where they'll like send you stuff and like trying to figure out how to get them to send me stuff. And I like literally like so many weeks I spent days like just emailing publishers trying to get them to send me books that were like coming out, which is so embarrassing. Or like I would look through their like newsletters when there would be like new books coming out, and I'd be like, can you send me these copies of these books? Like, I am a YouTuber, I have 4,000 subscribers, and it's like, no. And it was embarrassing. And there was definitely a time in my life where if I was asked to fly to some undisclosed location and sit in a well-lit room with James Patterson and ask him 20 rapid-fire questions, I would probably do that. But I don't think that would be a good look for me now. And I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Like, if you saw a video of me suddenly well-dressed, well-lit, with good quality, and I was just screaming about James Patterson's new book, like how would that come across? And I think at the end of the day, I'm just not the person for that. And I just don't know. Maybe I feel so far removed from that type of stuff. Like, I don't even know if I consider myself like a YouTuber, just because like it very much is like something I do for fun, like when I have the time to do it. And so I don't know. Like, it would just be very not genuine. And I feel like if you did see something of me suddenly like interviewing some author that I don't care about, I've never talked about him, I feel like I've openly discussed the fact that I'm not a fan and like he's done shady stuff. Like, I don't know. And I guess it gets me thinking too about like sort of certain people can pull that type of thing off, and I don't think that I am that type of person. And what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, what does it mean that when I would do something like that, it would come off as really phony? And maybe I'm the only one that thinks it would be phony, but like, I do think it's not me. Man, I would love to hear what your thoughts are about all of that stuff. I think they're cringy, especially because they'd be like, this author that is so random and nobody knows. It's like, oh, you're like, everyone's freaking out. It's like, you've never even read their book before. You've never discussed this person. Now you're like stating in the beginning that you're freaking out over meeting them. It's like, what? And I feel like if I did do it, I would try my very best to remain me through the whole thing. Where if they try to get me to be like, hi, I'm from the channel Kate, like, I would probably just, I feel like it'd be fun if I roasted him. I would maybe agree if I could just roast him, honestly. Like, if it was a situation where it's like, and I would, like, I know I've said that I don't want to be like a spokesperson for like other brands. That's why I don't do sponsorships and stuff, because I don't want to like use my voice to sell you stuff. And like, I want to keep my stuff just independent. But like, if I was asked to like go interview Michelle Obama, and like do a video with her, like, I would maybe say yes. But I would make sure that I'm protecting myself in that situation where it's not going to come off as fake and overly produced and stuff. And I think what I would want to do is like interview Michelle Obama, but ask her just the stupidest questions ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see myself doing that. Like, cut out the round table, that would not be me. but like if I could ask her just like tea about like like spill your biggest tea about everybody in the White House, or like every political figure you met, like who's the nicest, who's the worst. I mean, I'm sure I could assume most of those, but like still, like I want to get the tea. Like that's a video I'd put, spilling the tea with Michelle Obama. Hit. I don't even care if everyone thinks I sold out. Like that would be it. But like 20 rapid fire questions with James Patterson. Like shut up. Uh-oh. My phone died. Wait, what the frick? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, hi. Yikes to that. So that was rambly, and I think ultimately I didn't really talk about anything in particular. I didn't even think about this, but I just was watching it and I was like, I almost said yes to this. And it's so weird. I guess seeing those types of people, and by those types, I mean just people that are like do a lot of sponsorships and like have like done videos with authors and are very bubbly. Like it doesn't really seem any type of way when they do those things. But for some reason, I think, I don't know, because does it sound like I'm just saying like my content is just so much more betterer than theirs? So I'm like, if I did this, it would just seem like I'm a snake. But because they do it, it's like, that's not what I'm trying to get across. I guess for me, it's just more, I don't know how I would feel putting myself in a situation where I feel like I'm being controlled or just not, I don't know. Weird times, man. Who would have thought? So I know that was weird. I just was watching that and I was like, wow, yikes. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Like, have you watched it? What are your thoughts about the different episodes and like just how everything went? I don't know. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, does it make sense? Like, if you saw a video of me in a well-lit room, I'm not used to that. But I just feel like everything that makes me, and this is gonna sound stupid, but like I feel like everything that makes my video special is not what you get when you're in a situation like that, you know? Like I'm a huge fan of no intros in your video, like no saying hello, no like, comment, and subscribe at the end. I like just start talking and then when you finish just like stop. Like there have been so many times where I'm like, I did not even film an outro for that. So I feel like I'd be sitting there with James Patterson and I'd be like, it's over now, bye. By the way, I did not read the book that we're here to promote, and that's what it is. That's what they literally are, just promoting some author's book under the fake disguise that it's this round table discussion about like here's what it is, okay? I think I found out what it is. And this is also the reason why I have an issue with a lot of different things in the community, and it's because of this. YouTube does not give a frick about me, right? I mean, I'm not going to say that because they do oftentimes recommend my videos to people and they push them a lot, which is like very, like why a lot of my videos have done very well. Thank you, YouTube. Love you. I know this video is going to be posted unlisted on my Patreon, but please don't come for me. They decided to like demonetize my whole channel. But YouTube doesn't give a frick about me. They don't care about my content. They don't care that like I'm not the type of person to ask for this, that like there's no way in 100 years that it would seem natural if I made this video. They don't care if I know who James Patterson is. All they care about, and all the publishers care about, I assume it's a deal with the publishers in YouTube, maybe different, I don't know if it's like a publisher, because I don't know if all the books that are being promoted and all the authors, they're all from one publishing house. They might be spread out. But it very much feels like a publishing house is approaching YouTube, or the other way around, where they're saying, we're going to get these big, you know, YouTube book creators and we're going to have them promote our books. Maybe it's YouTube that's saying, we'll promote your books with these creators, or it's the publishing house saying, we'll get these creators and you film around. I don't know. But YouTube doesn't care about me at all, you know? They demonetized like several of my videos, you know? But like they only care, and whoever's in charge of this, they only care about the number next to my name and the potential to sell copies of the book. Like, they don't care about what I have to say. They don't care about if I'm a good fit. I doubt they've even watched more than 5 seconds of one of my videos. I'm sure they just see he's done book reviews. They do very well. So if we get him to sit in a room with James Patterson, everybody's gonna think it's amazing, you know? And they don't care about that. They don't care about what I have to say. They don't care about who I am or what I'm going to contribute. They care about the eyes that are going to be caring about what I've said. Like, the trust that I've built with you, which I have tried very hard to maintain over the years by not doing sponsorships or not doing anything. Like, I've tried to maintain that trust as much as possible, but they don't care about that. They want to take that trust that we've built, sort of this is my opinion, this is what I have to say, there's nobody else paying me off, there's nothing else going on here, like, this is my thoughts about this. You trust that opinion, you know that that's how I feel, and you know that at the end of the day I'm not filtering myself or anything like that. That's the trust we've built. And a lot of the sponsorships and a lot of the opportunities, they sort of try to take that trust and manipulate it to sell you stuff. Which is, I think, a lot of reasons why there are so many creators that like I used to love, but they sold themselves out to the point where I can't trust you anymore. And I will never forget the first time that I watched a sponsorship from a book creator, and I was like, I fell for it, where it was disguised as like a book club where we're all gonna read the same book. And I remember being so excited. All my favorite creators are a part of it. And I remember I watched like an interview. I know it was a podcast that one of the people in the book club had posted, and she was talking about it, and she, instead of saying like it's this book club I do where we read a book every month, the way that she talked about it was literally the publishers pay us to do this book. Like, I was like kind of shook. She literally said like we partner with sponsors, like we I think I forgot how to speak right there. No, she's like, we partner with publishers each month and we promote their books. And like, obviously I knew that, but for some reason hearing it in that way really changed my mind just about that whole thing. And a lot of those early creators and a lot of those early sponsorships, I don't watch any of them anymore, which is like upsetting, because like it used to feel like, and this was like 6-7 years ago, where it was literally just like, I read this book, I'm so excited, but now it's not that at all. Now it's like, I'm working with this person this month, and I don't have an issue with sponsorships, but I think that when people do sponsorships, it should either be completely isolated from the content of the video or like an aside, you know? Like, I think, because here's the thing, and this is the tangent, but I feel like when a publisher sends you a book and they want you to talk about the book, instead of disguising the sponsorship as like a recommended video where you're going to recommend a book you have not read, why don't you just say at the beginning, this is a book that they sent me to promote. Here's what it's about. On to the video. Like that. Like, can you imagine, like, people do like Skillshare a lot of times, like videos like that. Now, can you imagine a video where they're like, today I'm gonna be learning how to croquet or something. I'm gonna be learning how to play badminton. And the whole time they're just talking about Skillshare and how awesome it is that they can learn how to do bad. It's like, there's no way you would post this video. Like, it's always like an aside. And so I don't like to be used with my stuff. I don't like to manipulate the trust that we've built. And I ultimately think it's a mess. Thank God I didn't do it. Yeah, but that video was in fact a mess, but that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts about all that? I don't know if I made a coherent sentence throughout all of that, but who freaking cares? Thanks for watching, bye.